Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am fresh out of the shower. Tried to blow dry my hair a second, but it was just making me hot. And so then I was fanning myself because I'm like beaten up with sweat up here. Good Lord. Good Lord. Why do I get so hot? I've had to take a shower. Anyways, welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news. Reality TV, Jeff Lewis Live. How the heck are you? Just so you know, I had planned to take a shower, put some makeup on, put a little gel in my hair, and only the shower happened. So there's that. I've got moisturizer on, a little bit of lipstick, but best laid plans, if you will. So if I'm a little shiny, it's just the heat getting to me, even though, of course, we have air conditioner. Anyways, what are y'all chatting about? Thank y'all for hitting the thumbs up. Oh my gosh, if you didn't check my social media, I did share, if you were on yesterday, Kimberly had told us about her derby hat, her what's it called? Fascinista. No, shit. Fascinator. Is that the fancy word for a hat? A fascinator? Anyways, and she sent me a picture and it is so, so cute. She's got the most beautiful green hat with this gorgeous red hair, beautiful skin. So anyways, thank y'all for hitting the thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed everywhere. Welcome over on TikTok. Make sure you're liking the live. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. And of course, trying to get that button off. How do I get that button off? Boo, boo, boo. Okay, that big button, but 28 degrees today in London. Jeez Louise. That's freezing and May 1st. Goodness grief. 28 degrees. Ugh. Okay, let's get started. We've got some celebrity news, and then I didn't watch any reality TV shoot. What did I feel like all I'm doing is icing my feet and stretching my feet and resting my feet. And when you have to ice both feet at one time, you have to sit in a certain way to where this left foot is getting all the bottom for the plantar fasciitis and the bottom of the bunion on the left foot. And then I have my right foot on the side. So it gets the, what's this one called? The blah, 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 blah. Tendinitis on the outside of my right foot. So I am leaning towards, I haven't decided yet, but I'm leaning towards pushing up my bunion surgery on the left foot. And the only reason is because it is so injured right now and so painful. And I have to walk in a certain way that it's now making my right knee hurt. It's just going to prolong things. So I'm like, if I can't work out like normal, look, I'm literally sweating. Literally. I'm either sweating or my hair is wet from the shower. I can't decide which, but I think I'm sweating. Yes, I'm sweating. Ugh. Anyways, but if I can't work out like normal, if I can't go on my walks, if I can't do hikes, like if I can't wear cute shoes every once in a while, what the heck am I doing? So I might as well just suck it up and get this foot done this summer, which is going to be a complete bummer. Should I do it, Corey? Should I get the surgery sooner or later? Uh-oh. Oh, my son's petting Luna, and he said, if it's hurting, get it done sooner. I know. So annoying. Anyways. Okay, yeah, the sooner the better. I kind of have to agree with y'all because I can definitely tell I'm babying my left foot for sure. I don't think it's a hot flash. I just got out of the shower and I'm literally just so hot. So normally I shower around 10 or 11 a.m. depending on when I do my walk, but I clearly have not been doing my walk. Ooh, I've had that before. It didn't, I think it helped, but it's I don't think it's a good medicine to be on for a long time. Meloxicam. I used to be on that one with plantar fasciitis too. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Andy Cohen live. He got reamed this morning. So as you know, Tuesday and Thursdays are mostly pre-records that they do. So he was interviewing one of the Jonas brothers. I don't remember which, another actor. I don't remember, 2 or 3 people. But at the very end, they did listener mail, which of course somebody reamed them and said, look, it's not, or viewer mail, they call it, viewer mail. And she had a viewer piece of mail that said, look, we don't get to watch y'all. So it's actually called listener mail. So anyways, this listener calls in and reams Andy Cohen. And then she throws in Jeff Lewis too, because Andy lets Ben get in his bed and sleep with him sometimes. And as we know, Jeff has told it for quite a while now that the week on and week off schedule that they have with Gage, he is letting Monroe sleep with him every single night, which works out, I guess, because his boyfriend lives in Dallas. So I'm assuming he schedules it for Ty. I don't think Ty and Monroe have met yet. So I think he schedules that for whenever the weeks on that he doesn't have Monroe at his house. But even Andy Cohen agreed with her that, after a certain age, and if you're single and if you start dating someone, that's the only part that got Andy, because I think he does want a partner. He does want, somebody with him at night. And he said, yeah, that can cause problems if you've got, a 6-year-old boy sleeping in your bed. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I love that y'all are talking about QVC. Exactly. Well, with a boot on, Cecile says, can you get in your pool after surgery? And if so, lay in the pool all summer. Yeah, for sure. It's just, I know, I'm preaching to the choir. I know a lot of us have medical issues. A lot of us have different pains in different places, but I'm just whining to y'all just because I can. So thank you so much for listening to me. And I do appreciate all of your good thoughts and your recommendations for me. And I don't mean to whine that it aches when I have to lay in a certain way to ice my feet, but it does. I mean, there's a lot of good things about getting older, right? It beats the alternative for darn sure. So anyways, thank you. IB Duck is like, hit the thumbs up for our girl. He was number 42. Well, is IB Duck a boy or a girl? What is your pronoun preference? I don't even know, based on your profile picture being a goat, a dog. What is that, y'all? And then IB Duck, I clearly don't know if that's male or female or otherwise. So anyway, Cecile says, this is your podcast. You can whine. Well, I don't want to whine. I just, it's just information, because it is, it's hurting my right hip the way I'm having to lay. It's, I got to stretch my calves all the time for the plantar fasciitis. I know. Anyway, so Andy Cohen kind of came back, but I thought it was funny whenever this viewer brought in Jeff Lewis, because he's like, oh, and it's even worse that Jeff Lewis is sleeping with his 8-year-old daughter. And I'm like, oh, the horror. Are there worse things in life? Yes, there are. And they're called Jax Taylor. Okay. And of course, we are going to get to the bombshell that Jeff told us about in the second hour today about Gage. He didn't say a whole lot, but we have to know a lot more is to come, and probably a lot more money spent on attorney fees by both of them. So we will definitely chat about that. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on that. Okay, Jax Taylor just announced the other day this podcast tour. He has a new podcast called In the Mind of Jax Taylor. Not really sure what's in his mind, but if anyone's listened to it, let me know. Anyways, some of the shows have already been canceled. So if you go to Jax Taylor's Instagram, let me see if he hasn't blocked me yet. I feel like he had me blocked at one point, and then all of a sudden I was unblocked. Okay, he has no stories. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think it expired. Okay, I think that's why he didn't delete. I think it expired. So he has no stories up right now, but he's got these posts that are promoting the In the Mind of Jax Taylor podcast. Well, I thought one was supposed to happen this past weekend, and it got canceled last minute. But there's one on Tuesday that he had a story, and he was promoting. Now, instead of it being like special guests and secrets revealed and trivia and Q&As and prizes, he's basically saying it's going to be a watch party of the Valley. So in Boston, if anyone lives in Boston or close enough to go and they have about $55-$60 to spend, you go to his Instagram where it says live tour up here, this little highlights reel. Sorry, I'll show y'all on TikTok also, the highlights reel. And it had the dates that you could click for each one. It still says, join the #1 guy for an unforgettable evening. Vanderpump and the Valley Trivia, special prizes, audience Q&A, secrets revealed with Jax. So now there's no special guest on this part. It doesn't say. So the first one is Chicago, May 3rd, the first one advertised, and it says, when you click on the tickets, whoops, this page or event you were looking for was not found. The next one is for Detroit, May 31st, the next day, and that one does have tickets still for sale. So if you keep going, the Boston one is still for sale, but Houston says Houston tickets. You click on it and it says, oops, this web page is no longer available. In other words, nobody wants you in Houston. Would I have gone? I don't think so. I feel like when it was first announced and I put it in the Facebook group, Houston wasn't on there. I think an Austin one was, maybe a Dallas, but Houston wasn't on there because I remember talking about it with y'all and saying maybe if it was in Houston, I would go, but I'm not going to travel. Atlanta, I think, is still on there. So you have to click on the tickets for it. So Atlanta is still for sale. So there's some of them that are, but there was a Dallas. Okay, Dallas. See, Dallas is canceled. Watch. Whoops. The page or event you're looking for was not found. If you feel this message is an error, please let us know. I'm like, oh, it's not an error. And somebody said it's because of his behavior this season on the Valley. That news was out already. Nobody booking this podcast tour didn't know about Jax freaking Taylor. Am I right? I mean, he's the bad boy of reality TV, or at least one of the big ones. That's the number one guy in the group. He is the bad boy. All they care about is ticket sales. If people were buying tickets, these venues wouldn't give a rat's ass about it. That's like them saying, oh, well, if we have a musician and they're cheating on their wife, we're not going to book them. You don't care about that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Thank you, Charlie Charles. 158 of us are watching, but only 42 thumbs ups. Let's give her 100% thumbs up. Oh my gosh. Y'all are the best cheerleaders and y'all are the best ralliers. I really, really, really appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Anne. I just want to know that I am appreciative for my health and things, but I just have a lot of foot problems, which is causing me knee problems and hip problems and Oh, IB Duck's a lady. Hey, lady. Hi. What does IB Duck stand for? I'm just curious. IB Duck. Ib Duck. I can't say Ib Duck. I've already said IB Duck forever. Anyway, so let me know if you're surprised that Jax Taylor's podcast tour is slowly being canceled. And if you live in the Boston area, I beg of you, please go to his show. Let me know how it is. Count everybody in the audience. Just let me know. Because I feel like if anything is DJ James Kennedy, which his name came up today on is his thing? DJ James Kennedy. Okay, wait. No, that's not him. DJ James Anthony. Oh, okay. No, they've got 30,000. Is James Kennedy? Isn't his thing say like the James Kennedy or something like that? Isn't he something cocky like that? Is James Kennedy off? Did he block me? Oh God, I hope not. It's James Kennedy. Okay, he's got 1 million followers still. Let's see if he's still doing hit the link. Oh, all show dates it says. Okay. Oh, darn. I missed him in Houston, April 5th. Darn. When's his next shows? May 5th. Okay, he's coming up in Dallas. Komodo, Dallas. Wherever that is. Oh, Cinco de Mayo. Komodo. Wait, what? What is Komodo? Get $50 towards your next $150 or more visit. Like, what? That's weird. Okay, wait. Friday. Well, that's weird. It said May 5th. Hold on. Okay, it says May 5th, but now it says May 2nd, which is tomorrow in Dallas. Wait, what? You can be behind the DJ booth for $2,500. Wait. They are kidding. Are you kidding me? DJ James Kennedy, for a VIP table, it's $750. For front stage, it's $1,750. For the main floor, it's $1,000. And for getting behind the DJ booth, it's $2,500. Wait, what? Oh my God. First of all, who is a DJ James Kennedy fan nowadays? Wait, and then you click on it and they're $20 tickets. Male general admission, $20. Female general admission, $20. This is so confusing, but that doesn't say that until you hit info or tickets. So bizarre. Who the hell is paying that? Right? How many people at a table? Okay, let's find out. Select. I'm selecting the VIP table. 4 guests. 4 guests. You have to spend a minimum of $750. Jeez Louise. The credit card used to purchase it must both be present at the table check-in. Oh my goodness, DJ James. Well, okay, Jax Taylor's a bargain then. I am dying. Like, I almost want to go. I'm not driving to Dallas tomorrow, but I almost want to go and just, I guess I would have to buy a ticket. I could just watch at the front. I could like start at 11 p.m. and stay till like 1 in the morning and see who shows up. Who is paying that? But who would even pay it? Allegedly, maybe said that's for trust fund babies that just blow money. I mean, that's some serious blow, if you catch my drift, of money. That's crazy. Charlie says if he's hosting a Cinco de Mayo event, James Kennedy is getting paid a big bag. I don't think of Cinco de Mayo and James Kennedy going together. Now, if it's our, what do they call, what's his music called? EDM music, or a big festival like that for people that are all, but Cinco de Mayo and James Kennedy, like, wait, what? That doesn't even make sense to me. Okay, well, now we know Jax Taylor's a big bargain, right? So anyways, let me know if you're going. Okay. See, I'm not as hot anymore. I'm not even sweating. I love it. Kimberly J says, I've always wanted to be a trust fund baby. Been waiting for 51 years for that to happen. Exactly. I'm 52. My parents are both passed away. I don't think I have the opportunity anymore to be a trust fund baby, right? Yeah, house music, EDM. I could see if he was, maybe it's not just him. No, it literally says DJ, it's James. Like, how is he paying his mortgage? Did he have money in the bank? Uh-oh, here's a happy Thursday.
Just about to get a workout in, and then I've got my meditation class a little bit later this afternoon, which have been going absolutely amazing. Super excited to be DJing this weekend in Dallas, but yeah, about to go hit a workout in, and I hope everyone has a great day.
He didn't even say, please go buy tickets.
Oh, that was so intense. Just did my workout, and now I'm about to do my mental workout and do a 45-minute meditation, which has been going amazingly well. I've been doing these classes for months now, and it's really been helping me. So I'm excited for that.
He's in Burbank. the plane's going over. Oh my gosh. Okay, tickets that is so bizarre. So here's a story. But there's no DJ James Kennedy. You got to put the link. All he did, what a dipshit. He's got a picture on his story and there's a link, but it's not clickable. It's not doing. So he took a picture of something and thought the link would. It's not a link. What a dork, James Kennedy. God bless you. So first of all, on the main screen of his link tree, he's got a typo. It says May 5th, which is Tuesday, which is Cinco de Mayo, which doesn't make sense at all. May 9th. I mean, who goes to listen to house music on a Tuesday and pays $1,000 or $750? And then you open it up, it says Friday, May 2nd in Dallas. So bizarre. And then it lists Miami and Las Vegas as if he's like going everywhere. I'm like, dude, I mean, so freaking bizarre. Whatever Komodo is, Mother's Day dinner. Wait, okay, Mother's Day and DJ James Kennedy definitely don't go together. Something Sunday Mayo. I guess it's an advertisement on his. I have no idea what's going on. So bizarre. Well, I didn't know I was going to get into DJ James. Yes, for sure. Raquel, speaking of Jeff Lewis Live today, Lisa Vanderpump had such a soft spot for James Kennedy that he ruined it. She would have had him on all of her shows if he didn't ruin that. She had an opportunity to slam a few of them today and didn't really slam any of them except Kristen Doty. And she didn't exactly slam her, but, you know, she didn't say anything great. Wait, what? Allegedly, maybe. Hope no one is making Lori Vallow's precious chicken chili enchiladas. What does that mean? Is she putting out recipes now from prison? Can you have an Instagram in prison? You can't have social media in prison, can you? Oh my gosh. Kimberly J says it's been tough seeing alcohol spin him into such trouble for so many years. Yeah. And his anger, which I'm assuming not everyone. I mean, Jeff says he's a happy drunk. I've never seen Jeff drunk that I'm aware of. I've seen him drink with a drink in his hand. I don't think I've ever seen him drunk that I'm aware of. But he says he's a happy drunk, but not everyone is, right? And clearly DJ James Kennedy is not a happy drunk. Clearly he's an angry drunk, which is scary. Okay, the first hour of Jeff Lewis Live today was Lisa Vanderpump. Hasn't been on in years. Now, don't forget, she had a show. Gosh dang it. What was it called? You know, something with her daughter, something with Pandora during the pandemic. It was on E! Channel or something. It was a really cute show, cute idea. It was all done at her house, and she invited celebrities to come to her house, and she and Pandora did like a really big theme. They did games. So one of her guests was Jeff Lewis. So we know they've met before. We know they've had that picture a few weeks ago, whatever it was, in Las Vegas. Kind of stay tuned, and we never heard anything. We were like, oh, I think that was before. Let's think. I feel like it's before he announced where ChumpCon was. So it was, Overserved with Lisa Vanderpump. Thank you, Sandy. Overserved was the name of the show. Prison. Wait, what? What is that? Bravo and Stone said prison talk is a real thing. Like prisoners are able to post from TikTok? Like, I'm fascinated. Hey, Pootie Cat, I just learned today that Mary is her real name. She put it in the Facebook group. Okay, Charlie Charles says Lori Vallows asked her brother, is the brother the one that killed her ex-husband? Mm-hmm. If he remembered their get-together with her enchiladas, and her brother said no, he didn't remember any of it. Oh, okay, I don't know what that means. Is it just part of the trial that came out with her? Yes. Yeah, they definitely hung out a few times. And I wouldn't doubt if, I think Jeff and Lisa Vanderpump have very similar business ideas, TV ideas. They're both very hardworking. They both, and obviously Michael Beck has worked with Lisa Vanderpump. They admit they see things eye to eye with all of their stuff. So, and clearly he is the executive producer, showrunner, whatever the fancy word is called for season 2 of Vanderpump Villa, that is out all 10 episodes on Hulu. I don't know that I'm going to get to it. And also, I don't even know that I have Hulu anymore. I feel like I know we used to have it. That's where, and I'm going to have to get it again because why would it go away? Yeah, it says logged out. Something's up. Looks like your device was removed from this account. Maybe it's on the living room TV. I feel like we have some streaming apps connected to the bedroom and some connected to the living room. And then everything upstairs, I think they basically use their phones. I don't even know if the TV that's in the game room up there, I don't know if they attach that to anything but like games. Wait, who? Are you talking about Jeff and Lisa Vanderpump? Two bitchy narcissistic queens. This won't end well. Wait, who are you talking about? Heather, I'm dying. I can't tell who you were talking about. Anyways, okay. Oh, damn it. Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe I just got to push in my my login and stuff again. Michael Riley says you can log out and log back into Hulu. Gets people kicked out all the time. Okay. Oh, okay. So I just need to go look up my login. Okay. Well, I might start Vanderpump Villa. I mean, I don't know. I might be on my ass a lot after I do this foot surgery, right? So maybe I'll watch it then. By the way, I can tell you, I never was one of these people that like, oh, working out is for my mental health. I get so much energy. I think positive. I think it was my norm. I have gone to a gym since I was 15 years old. When I got my driver's license, the YMCA is one of the first places I drove me and my friend Elizabeth and Christine to the gym. The only time I didn't go to a gym is when a lot of my babies were little. And I clearly just wasn't going to take the time away from them or whatever. But even then, I had like a treadmill at home. At one point, I did this boot camp at 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. before my husband would go to work. So there's things that I have done. So basically, I've always worked out. Okay. And I really think the last few weeks that I've had to limit body pump and that I've had to limit my walking, I do think it is putting me in a bad mood. Like it's, I do think the sun helps me. I do think walking helps me. I do think exercising and moving my body helps me. So another reason I need to get my foot, just do it and get it over with so I can do it. Well, I don't disagree with that either. Maybe says eating chocolate helps my mental health. It literally makes me feel better and happy. I think they've done studies. Like I do think it. Something I've been snacking on lately. We made these at Easter, so they've been in the freezer for a couple of weeks now, but so delicious. I shared the recipe. I'll share it again. It was regular Greek yogurt, so unflavored, I think, or whatever. Greek yogurt, maybe vanilla. Oh shoot, now I'm going to forget everything. Anyway, some chocolate chips. These frozen little whatever. You just need a little bite of it. So good. And so it's got a little bit of chocolate chips. It's got the Greek yogurt. You freeze them. They're so good. I do need to make some more of those. Maybe I'll make them tonight. No, I've been eating too many. Now I just finally finished. So I was eating like 3 or 4 a day the last couple of days. And I think I finally did figure them out. Bigger. You know what? I need to ask my podiatrist that. Allegedly, maybe says, how's a bicycle feel on your feet? Could you do like a beach cruiser bike? I mean, I don't love biking in general. I've donated all of our bikes now. I never feel like a seat is big enough for my bum, my ever-growing bum that I'm trying to get smaller. Hence the, causing the plantar fasciitis. I'm sure of it. But I've never enjoyed that. But I think I could do a recumbent bike, the bike that you kind of lean back on and do at the gym. I think I could do that, although it's not my favorite, I'll be honest, but at least I would be moving. Maybe I could buy me one of those cute bikes and just stroll around for the sunshine this summer, but it wouldn't really be exercise necessarily. You know what I mean? I tried. So decades ago, I had a, whatever it was. It wasn't a mountain bike. It wasn't a road bike, like the thin wheel. It wasn't the thick wheel. It was a hybrid bike that I bought for the couple of triathlons that I did, the sprint triathlons. And I did buy a bigger seat. And then I probably weighed like 40 pounds. What am I? Gosh, I probably weighed at least 45 pounds lighter then than I am right now. And I bought a bigger seat and it was not big enough. So, I can imagine my butt now. Allegedly, maybe says you can easily replace the seat with a bigger seat, a better seat. Yes, I think that's what it is. And I have a lot to be thankful for. I have such a great family and everything. But Christina says constant pain affects your mood and disposition also. And I think it's the fact that every time I make a step, I'm so worried that I'm going to have the pain underneath that bunion again. And it was such a fast and debilitating pain that I'm just so worried about it. And then I'm like, well, I definitely can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. And then I'm trying to rest it a lot, which means I'm just sitting and bored and, thinking about what shoes am I going to wear for this event? And I'm like, oh, I can't wear those. I can't wear those. I mean, yeah, it's really annoying. Maybe says I'll start Monday fitness person. I mean, I'm lucky that I enjoy working out. I mean, if anything, I wish I worked out more. I feel like if I had more opportunities to work out with other people, I just always find it so hard to get my schedule. I'm easy breezy with my schedule. I don't have a job. My kids are a little bit older, but I find it hard to schedule with other people or they'll flake out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, we'll do it this time. And I'm like, no, I need to get it done. You know what I mean? Yes, allegedly says that's miserable. The surgery will be tough, but you need it. Yeah, I definitely do. Wait, what? Wait, what? He did? Charlie says Jeff Lewis posted a video or short of the argument he had with MJ. It reminded me of his aggressive behavior with Jenny Poulos. It kind of gave PTSD. Like recently, because that argument's kind of old. Are you talking about the little clips that Annie does for him every day? Maybe that's what it was. Because I can't imagine. Oh, they just posted a Happy Mother's Day. Oh, here's the video. The thing that he was doing with that he wanted to film with. Let me see if I can get it. Okay, I'm watching this for the first time, literally with y'all. Hold on. Hold on. No one's been using it. The door's usually closed. The commercial for Book's Flowers that he's been hyping up is for Mother's Day that he wanted to film with.
Exactly.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, so code Jeff is live for Books.com. It's 25% off. That started.
I want a book this year because last year you gave me a book. Remember? A pretty flower?
Yes, I do. I remember I gave you books last year.
Hey, Jeff, and she get flowers. I want flower too.
Just because I got you books last year doesn't mean I'm going to get you books every year.
But I work so hard.
What do you mean you work so hard? You're in your bed half the day watching telenovelas.
Between 12 and 3. It's okay. And I deserve it because I'm working very hard. I want flowers, Jeff. This year, the pretty flower you gave me last year. I go for walk with Toby. I clean up the cat litter. Cook bacon. Make an egg. Toast the toast.
This is guilt. This is guilt trip. This is manipulation.
Shut up. It's only 25%. Don't be cheap, Jeff.
Jeff, they made a good case.
Fine. I'll get you the flowers. I'm going to get you the flowers. Only because they're beautiful and they're reasonably priced using code Jeff.
Happy Mother's Day to me, Jeff.
Get vibrant colors, long-lasting blooms, and unique designs this Mother's Day with Books. And get 25% off your entire purchase using code Jeff. Order online now.
Wow. Okay.
So code Jeff.
So let's figure out who is that.
It's 20.
Is that Aurora? Is that her sister? Let's see. Which one is this? Or is the other one is it Lily or Maria? Who's the other one that's still with him? I sort of hope it's Aurora, don't y'all? We never get I can't tell if they look alike or not. Y'all think that's Aurora or do you think that's Lily or Maria? Which is the one that they fired? They fired one, so there's only two. There's either Lily or Maria. I can never remember which one it is. But that's definitely Zoila. I think she needs a little more lipstick on. If you look up close, she's wearing a lipstick. I feel like they need a lipstick on. Is she? So one of them is wearing scrubs. And Aurora is wearing like a regular shirt. She was like, I'm not wearing my maid uniform in this commercial. The other one is wearing scrubs, though, which I'm assuming is one of the okay outfits for the housekeepers. Oh, my gosh, I'm dying. Anyways. Okay, well, I don't know which video they were talking about, but yeah. Cecile says, are you a member of a regular gym? Yes, I am. They have machines that look like a bike, but you just pedal with your hands. No legs, no feet. Oh, I don't know that we have that. But, ooh, I hate working out my arms. Oh, my gosh. Charlie Charles, I don't know which video that is. Is it one of them that Annie makes? Like from their podcast? Anyways. Oh, I love that. Mabu says random, but just sitting here thinking of all the chumpettes watching Sarah from around the world and how we've all become friends and got each other's backs. How cute is that? Heart, heart, heart. Oh my God. I love that so much. And I cannot agree more. The comedian. was crying? Charlie, I don't know which one it is though. Charlie says, can you see the short of Mercedes and who was crying? I don't know who that is crying. Anyways, okay. Did y'all like Lisa Vanderpump on? I mean, clearly she was just on to promote Vanderpump Villa with Michael Beck. Reza was also on, so it wasn't too many talking, but I'm not used to 2 other people. I'm not used to 3 people being on an hour, also with Jeff and also with Shane. So I don't know. I don't think so. They're good. Smilene says just tuned in late as MJ on the outs with Jeff. No, they're good. I mean, unless something else happened. No, they're good. I feel like if they were on the outs, he probably would have brought it up with Reza today. I don't know. Okay, they all take this Rhino 66,000, whatever this wiener pill was. I don't know, to help them get in the mood or get stamina or get it up. I have no idea, but clearly it didn't work out with any of them. I don't think any of them felt anything, but I kept thinking, oh my God, if one of them has a bad reaction, maybe one of them has a heart issue. Like Jeff could really, I mean, you talk about lawsuit, like this wouldn't be just Marlo defending him. This would be a big lawsuit. If someone took a pill from Jeff Lewis on the live radio show, like Reza seemed to walk in and not know anything about it. Reza was like, what are you talking about? And I feel like they really, but we don't even know, right? Because we don't get the video anymore. I know. Smilene says, OMG, I would never take gas station pills. I mean, you know what I mean? Anyways, okay, so Jeff asked Lisa Vanderpump a lot about if she would ever come back to Beverly Hills. I feel like she said if they did a complete reboot and took everyone off, she says, I would have to come back. But then she keeps saying, oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I think she is diving headfirst into obviously being a grandma to Pandora's 2 kids now, but also, she's now living between Beverly Hills and Las Vegas. So, different restaurants in different places, different management, all the things. And I do think she's a very hands-on. Like even the one time I was at SUR, her and Ken were both there. They were eating dinner with someone. Then Ken was outside taking pictures. No, was Ken outside a different night? They were in SUR eating dinner. Or Pump. Oh, I'm forgetting. I think they were at Pump. They were at Pump because we had drinks there first. And then I feel like we went to SUR for dinner. And then maybe I saw them a different trip. I saw Ken outside taking pictures with everyone on the streets of West Hollywood. I'm getting it all mixed up. I say that to say they're there a lot. You know what I mean? And she works a lot, I feel like. So, but she said that, she's not a liar, which brings up my confusion because a lot of people keep saying that she is the one that would talk to the paparazzi. She is the one that was feeding information. The whole thing about the dog thing and with Dorit and who was lying, who was not. I mean, I don't know. I think after today, I want to believe Lisa Vanderpump because I really just like that. I know. Me too. Me too. Tiva Tambo says, I love Ken and Lisa's relationship. They absolutely adore one another. I mean, she did say that he's retired, which I thought was, I just don't think she wants to slow down. I think she said today, she was kind of talking kind of soft a little bit, but I think she said that he's retired, but she's still working. But, he's older than her. I mean, she's not his first marriage and he has other kids with another marriage. So he was quite a bit older than her when they got married, when she was like 23. She was pretty young. Oh, he's turning 80 in July and they've been married 40 years. Wow. Wait, what? Oh, that's sweet. Michael Riley says Lisa was on Kelly live with Kelly. Oh, and Mark Consuelos. I keep forgetting Mark is on that show now, her husband. And Ken was off to the side with one of the dogs. Yeah, they take one of those dogs everywhere, just like they did Jiggy before. R.I.P. Jiggy. Wait, what? I know you are. Lisa in Kentucky says, I've just really started obsessing over Gypsy Rose. I can't believe it. I just started watching season 2 of Life After Lockup. Radio Andy interviewed her about her new book, and this was on this week's show. Oh, I don't even remember Radio Andy interviewing Who interviewed her? Like Andy? Lisa Vanderpump is 64. Okay, so 16 years difference. Oh, I did not. Hey, Kitty said, did anyone see Kelly Dodd on Newsmax today? It was hilarious. No. Oh, he had one son when he met Lisa Vanderpump. Okay, and then they have their 2 kids together. Anyways, somebody, I think it was a caller, and then Jeff brought up Reddit again. He is really on one about Reddit. Basically, he was like, look, it's nasty, it's negative, it's toxic, like pay it no attention. Basically, he was like, they lie, they whatever. But he's adamant, and I think I've heard this too, because people would tell me, even as far as a year and a half ago or longer, on these mean Facebook groups that are not Sarah from Texas Facebook group, but these other Jeff Lewis mean Facebook groups, if anyone said anything bad about me, other people would be like, well, that's not true. Sarah said this. Or if they said, oh, I've met her and she's actually very nice. If they said something to defend me, they would come after them or delete them from the group, right? So Jeff is adamant. He's like, look, Reddit does the same thing. Like Reddit, they basically manipulate the information there. So it looks like everybody hates Jeff Lewis, but all it is anyone that defends him or says, well, I think this is funny, or I think this is what he meant, they just delete him from the Reddit thread, right? Which is the only reason I finally agreed to start a Sarah from Texas Facebook group, is because so many of you were getting kicked out and didn't feel like you could have an opinion in other groups that you primarily wanted to talk Jeff Lewis, but other reality TV. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I may not agree with everything. We definitely try to be respectful. I definitely remind people of that. I definitely try to model that. But I do want people to be able to have an opinion. And people might say that in different ways. And when you're reading a comment on a Facebook page or group, you may not always know the intention or how someone really meant to say it, if it was snotty or bitchy or what have you. So, we certainly have our issues in our group, but I mean, I can't think that I've even had to kick anyone out. I feel like I just let people show their own. If you want to be an asswipe, be an asswipe. If you say something rude, let people come back at you. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Wait, what? Kelly gives Rick a glow up. Oh, on today's show? Like a haircut or something, or makeup? Like what kind of glow up would she give him? I don't know. Yes. Sarah says other content creators, fans come after us. Yes. I'm sorry about that, Sarah. Yes. Sadly, I was about to say something bad. That's okay. I will save it. Wait, what? Send that to me, Charlie Charles, on Instagram if you can. The short is no longer on Instagram. I guess Jeff took it down. Jeff almost never puts stuff up and then takes it down. And if it showed Mercedes had her band around her neck from her neck surgery, and Jamie was crying. I don't know. I don't know what video that is. I don't remember. Allegedly, maybe, says I'm 43, so I'm beginning to really lean into the silver fox status with the men. I love it. Oh, Michael Riley said she makes him look better. Well, go Kelly. Yeah. Don't always agree with their politics, but I like them a lot and find them very entertaining. And I met both of them and they were very kind. Hey, Kitty is talking about Rick and Kelly. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Rick's very much a man's man. He's not going to be like getting facials and coloring his hair, and you know what I mean? Like, so I think Kelly rubs off on him, which is good, right? Cecile says, since Kelly and Rick married, Kelly has him do a lot of procedures that he would have never done. But I think that's okay. That's good. I don't really, did y'all notice any difference with the nose job? Was the nose job done for cosmetic only, or was it a physical? Like, I feel like he was having nose issues. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they could have thinned it out just a hair, but you know what? Maybe he didn't want to look any different. He's looked that way for 60 something years. Maybe he didn't want to look any different. I don't know. Yeah, Rick had a nose job and he was very open about it. Michael just says, no, he's still got a honker. That's what I'm saying. he definitely got a nose job, but you can't tell any difference. You know what I mean? That's weird. Charlie says the short is gone. It was a very heated argument, but it's no longer available to watch. I don't know. I feel like more people would have been talking about it. I don't know. Maybe was it on Jeff's or someone else's? Anyways, but I agree with what Jeff said about Reddit, because there's so much crap over there that I don't even see. I don't want to know about it. So don't send it to me unless it's something I absolutely need to know. Like when people were trying to let me know that Melanie, who used to be not the $10,000 dinner Melanie, the other Melanie that had offered to come on here and help me be like another admin on my YouTube live. She was like, I can check comments for you and kick people off if they need to be. And I can help with your Facebook group. She was shit talking me over on Reddit. Like, I think she's still it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, why did you befriend me and then start shit talking me? It's the weirdest. So anyways, if somebody is, being two-faced about me and I don't know about it, I kind of do want to know, because I kind of need to let those people see themselves out, if you will. Yes, her nickname, Sarah, is Felony Melanie. I don't know. Just know her name is Melanie McQueen, because that was what her Facebook name was. Anyways, okay, on the second hour was Lakendra Tooks, like books. I always said it Tooks, and now I'm going to say it wrong. Lakendra Tooks, like books, and Reza were on. She still denies that she's pregnant. She still denies that she let anyone shoot up the club, if you will. Never heard that, but only my husband has ever shot up the club, and got me pregnant. Anyways, Reza's teaser post, like, are we doing a Shahs reboot? Are we not? Like, just announce it already. I feel like maybe they hired their own camera crew, their own production, and they're trying to put some episodes literally together. I think in past, you just had to, like, if somebody wasn't offering you a TV show, then I feel like sometimes people have to put together a sizzle reel to kind of say, hey, this is the ideas, these are the people in it. And Jeff has said, look, since Amazon Amazon, what was it called? Amazon, whatever it was called, Amazon, whatever that freebie, Amazon freebie, whatever that was called, didn't pick them up for a season 3 of Hollywood House Lift. Then after a certain date, Jeff was able to sell or pitch that idea of that same show or any other show to other networks. So once I think he pitched Hollywood House Lift to other networks and none of them said yes, he's told us, then he was able to pitch another idea and do Flipping Out Point 2.0 with a sizzle reel. So he's talked about that. That has been filmed. I think Kian was working on it. They had to kind of interview people like Joey, maybe Carney, probably Shane, probably Jameson. I don't know. To say, hey, this is kind of my life. This is kind of what you're going to get from the show. I feel like we still don't know what's going on with Flipping Out 2.0. He kind of announced it and then kind of had to backtrack once Andy Cohen let him know, look, it hasn't sold. Like, I don't think you should be telling anyone Flipping Out 2.0 is coming to Bravo when it has not been picked up. And Jeff was like, oh, like, I think I said that too fast. But he has long pretty much announced the Shahs of Sunset reboot. Yet now MJ for months, 6 months or longer, has been like, I don't know anything about that. Whereas Reza's like very much teasing it. So he puts up another picture. There was a picture the other day of him and Gigi and MJ basically saying like coming soon or stay tuned or you never know what we're up to, something like that. And now there's a picture of him and Gigi together. But Reza's like, I'm not saying anything. You didn't hear it from me. And I'm like, but it's been like a year and a half. Like, it's been forever. Like, when are you going to announce it? People announce shows and they don't even start filming for months. Then they got to film it. Then they got to edit it. Then they got to put it out. Like, it's been forever. Like, I feel like I'm excited in the fact that, I want to see Reza because I didn't really watch Shahs of Sunset. I just kind of know the basic idea of it all. But I feel like I do want to know, what friends he hangs out with, what he does. I do think it'd be interesting. But it also makes me sad because Reza is so honest, which I respect, but he's very honest about like how devastated he was when they canceled Shahs of Sunset, because it had gone on for like 10 seasons and he never thought it wouldn't be, or maybe 9 seasons. And he didn't think it would stop. You know what I mean? And it was very unexpected to him, very much. Jeff also talked a lot about when flipping out ended, how upsetting it was, basically blaming it on Jenny. He's like, I just think Jenny lied and kind of said things differently and what have you. And so I think he kind of blames Jenny for that show going up. He definitely brought up humble brag to Reza. Reza absolutely, sidestepped. He was definitely being shady about Pole's wedding ring and saying it didn't look like 20 carats. He was saying, I don't even know if it's real. Reza probably knows jewelry. He knows diamonds, and I don't know anything about Pole's ring. I've seen it a million times. I've never really stared at it, so I don't know the size. I think 12 carats probably looks like 20 carats to me, so I don't think I would even know any difference. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was very honest. Sarah says, I loved hearing Reza talk about how that felt. That honesty is so valuable. But he's said it multiple times. I'm like, we get it. We know you spent a lot of money on your outfits. We know you adjusted it's like, we know everything. He's said it a lot, but I get it. Maybe there's new listeners, right? So it was on yesterday. B. Kent says, I saw that video of the MJ saga yesterday too, but where was it? Because I follow Jeff, so I see his videos. I hope not. AUS Fly Girl says, I'm starting to wonder if Jeff isn't being picked up for the show or if it's delayed another year, which is not good, because if you're not wanted on TV bad enough, that's not a good sign, because that means you're not making the network money. It was on Jeff's Instagram. How did I miss this, Charlie Charles? Unless I saw it and just didn't think 2 seconds about it. I don't know. Maybe I was icing my feet. I don't even know. Michael Riley, hush your mouth. He says, I don't think you'll see Jeff on a TV show again. Really? I don't know. I think Jeff is TV gold. I really do. Okay. So like I said, they chatted about that and the poll and the Patrick thing, and Joey saying the little one hates me and the big one hates you too. I thought it was hilarious. So I think in the end, Reza probably needs to apologize directly to Patrick and Poll, because I do feel like they are very close chumps of Jeff's, and Jeff made it very clear that he is very good friends, very respectful, very much loves Patrick and Poll, and they're not going anywhere. And Reza's like, I'm not trying to ruin my chump status. Like, I just sat down. I'm not trying to ruin anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bravo and Stone says, Michael, you're correct that Jeff won't be on TV. Wow. I don't know. The reel was on Instagram. A bit awkward. Jamie crying, Jen Helen said. Was it from him crying on the recording that they do? Because that was like, gosh, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whenever, MJ was on and they were that Thursday that they were arguing. I definitely didn't see that. Now I'm like, how did I not see that? Oh my God. Okay. One thing came out of the blue. Jeff comes back from a commercial and he basically says, so I've been dealing with some things, and on Monday, my attorney filed for 100% legal custody from Gage. I think we saw this coming. I just think because he hadn't said anything in a few weeks, we didn't know that anything was happening. So as you know, Gage and Jeff have been on again, off again with getting along. Basically, if you watch the end of Flipping Out, they weren't getting along at all towards the end, but they officially split up when Monroe was about 2.5 years old. They've had different amounts of custody each for a long while. Jeff had most of the custody, and then they kind of did this, I don't know what the number was, 40%, 60% stuff, every 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, it was weird. Now they have literally 1 week on, 1 week off to limit the amount of contact. So basically, instead of dropping off in an apartment or dropping off at a house, seeing anyone there, what have you. They do the drop-offs, I think, at school. So it's like when they're done with their week, they drop her off at school. When the other one gets her for the week, then they pick her up from school, or vice versa. So 100% legal custody has nothing to do with the physical custody. I think it's very hard to get physical custody away from Gage. Like I don't even know what you would have to prove, but it would be awful things that I absolutely don't think exist. I don't think Jeff ever wants to take custody away from him. I think in his heart of hearts, when he's not hating on Gage, I think he has said many times that Gage is a great father, very much is a good other father for Monroe. I think he thinks Scott is a great father and father figure for Monroe. So I don't know what's going to happen from here. I feel like I don't know why Gage would stop therapy unless Monroe is telling him something about therapy that she doesn't want to go. But then why wouldn't Gage just tell Jeff that? Look, Monroe is saying this. And at that point, you might need to get them all three together. But Jeff and Gage aren't getting along. And so they're not at that point. They've had those points, remember, for a couple of times since, Monroe's in second grade now. So kindergarten, first and second, they've had moments where the three of them go to dinner on the night of the first day of school or for her birthday. But that hasn't been for a long time. So we know a couple of summers ago, Gage was arguing, and it ended up going to court later in the summer, that he didn't want Jeff to be putting her in this summer camp program that was like a week on, week off, not overnight. No. He just didn't want to do the camp. So with legal custody, you have to decide together when you're co-parenting on schools and medical stuff, and things like therapy come into play right there. So I'm just curious. It's so weird. Like, why would they? Do you think it's because Gage won the legal fees before that Jeff had to pay for his own legal fees in that court case? So you think that's why he's doing this again? It's crazy. Katrina says they have successfully ruined Monroe's life for their own selfish reasons. Oh my God. Tea with Tambo says Jeff, Gage, and Scott should all live together. Well, what about Ty? If Ty sticks around, oh my gosh. Anna says, I think Gage does that as a form of control. It's a form of power and control over Jeff. I would like to think, and I've never had a conversation with Gage. I've never met him, obviously. I would like to think he would put Monroe first. And it's really upsetting to figure out that if everything Jeff says is true, like we only get Jeff's side of the story. Gage might do an Ask Me Anything and kind of post some little digs, whatever, but we never really hear from him. Although Jeff did say he's put a lot of stuff in writing that his attorney was shocked that he put into writing. So that's kind of weird. I wonder if that all will come out, or if they'll, make this where it's a case that none of this information can come out, right? Bravo and Stone says Jeff is doing this because he's addicted to drama. Well, and I'm wondering, and I get he doesn't need to tell us that. Monroe is 8.5 years old. I don't want to know the details about her life unless she is old enough and mature enough and ready to share that. But let's face it, parents on reality shows, parents on social media, a lot of parents make the decisions for their kids to share a lot of information that the kids don't have a right to say yes or no to, or that they might not be mature enough to make that good decision, and then they might regret it, right? So in the future, she might hear a lot of this stuff and not want it said about her. So I get that Jeff isn't sharing much about the therapy and stuff, but I have to assume she really wants to continue on with therapy, and Gage is for some reason saying no. But again, that's all we hear is Jeff's side. You know what I mean? So, wait, what? Did he really say anything, though? Sarah says Gage needs to go on Heather McDonald again with Dr. Drew. Wait, what, Katrina? You're coming as the kid of a divorced parent? Katrina says, I'm coming from a divorced parent's view. I didn't see what you said, though. Michael Riley says, Monroe needs to be in therapy. Absolutely 100%. And if Gage is against that, it's wrong, wrong, wrong. It's just crappy that they would have to go back to court over this again. I mean, I guess this is something I think Jeff is like done. He's like, and he very well could get legal custody because if it's proven that he is stopping things like doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, therapy appointments, and Jeff absolutely has no say in that, because when you both have to agree and they know it's only going to get worse. I mean, they've got to get her into high school one day, and getting into private high schools is a whole different ball game. Like you're doing way more than just showing up and giving a donation and hoping, you know, what you've said on the radio doesn't get your kid kicked out. I mean, by high school, they've got grades, they've got behavior, they've got accolades. I mean, there's a lot that it goes into getting into private school. So if this continues and they have to both, and they're not on the same page, and Jeff and Gage have to decide where she's going to, you know, try to get into private school or college, God forbid. Maybe it'll be done by college, right? At 18. Yeah. Charlie says parent alienation is a real thing and judges frown on that for sure. Yes. And I feel like he wasn't supposed to say things like if she had even like, oh, she has a virus or something, because, you know, that's part of her medical stuff. Like if she has allergies or she has, but it's like, that's not bad. But if Gage really nickels and dimes it, he can say, hey, you're divulging her medical information on the radio. Margaret says Gage did mention that he didn't like Jeff talking about doctor appointments on the air. He might use that as a reason for Monroe to not go to therapy. Yeah. Kimberly says, yes. Don't you think there's something or some kind of weirdness that isn't being explained? Gage couldn't just say no to therapy, right? That's why I say we only hear Jeff's side of things, right? I mean, I have to just say that because it is common sense. We are not here. And it just is so far-fetched for us. We can't understand why somebody can afford therapy and both have the option to take them and get her to therapy and him just say no. You know, and Jeff can't take her on his days. Yeah, it doesn't work that with co-parenting. You can't just say, I mean, you can do things like Disney World, you know, like I don't want my kid to ever go to I'm just going to say SeaWorld. Say Gage is anti-SeaWorld for all the, you know, documentaries and information that has come out. And Jeff wants to take her to SeaWorld. That is not one of the things that is restricted. The things that are restricted with legal custody is schooling and medical decisions. So all of their custody, their, you know, all of that, the money, all of that can stay the same. But if Jeff wins, he will be able to make 100% of the decisions, and Gage won't have a say in that. So I don't know how much Gage is going to fight it, or financially how much he can fight it. Charlie says Jeff does not hold his anger back. What makes you think Monroe is not privy to his behavior? When Jeff sees black, everyone in his vicinity is a target. Yeah. So AUS Girl says Jeff needs to filter many things in reference to Monroe. Yeah. A giving tree is being planted. Sherry says, I blame Jeff's lawyer, going to suck every dime out of Jeff. I mean, God, I would hate to think, I know. I mean, right, Christina? But all of that plays into getting into college, like what schools they go to, these college preparatory schools, they call it. Christina says, why do people spend college tuition for K through 12? I mean, anyways, it's interesting. He also said Dr. Donna's coming back. He said, we're just on a pause. I love her. For those of you thinking that she's never going to come back, you're wrong. It sounded like the ball's in Dr. Donna's court, doesn't it? That's what it sounded like to me. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Allegedly, maybe says Jeff wants what he wants and he will spend whatever it takes to get it. Great for business, iffy for family matters at best. Tonight is Thursday. Jeff is getting his third hemorrhoid shot at 2:00. Can't even imagine. Like, I've had hemorrhoids. I don't know. I guess they've done shots for pain. I don't know. I get a whole different other one that you can't even walk. So I don't even know. But I think he's going to be on Cooking Kibitz tonight, which is 5 p.m. Pacific time on Doug Buden's Instagram. I think he said Jeff and Shane he and Shane are going to show up with Brittany Haynes. It also sounded like Brittany's spending the night at Doug's Airbnb, and then tomorrow night they're getting a hotel. And I'm like, what is she in town for? Like, she lives in Oklahoma, so wouldn't she be going home after the show? I mean, I'm assuming she flew her. I don't know. Did she fly herself? Did she? I don't know. Can't figure it out. Yes, AUS Fly Girl says, I'm glad he mentioned Dr. Donna. Kim says, at this point in M's formative years, this change will be a huge disruption in her emotional development. Yeah, I mean, 8.5. She's old enough to remember this stuff. Like, I don't necessarily, gosh, second grade, I had a teacher named, I think it was Miss Price. God, I remember what she looked like. She gave out these, so when we lined up to go to the bathroom breaks, she gave out these little green plastic coins, plastic circles, if we earned good behavior, and then we could buy like a piece of candy with those. So that's what I remember about second grade. But I think if you had, very emotional things like your dad's not getting along and always going to court over you, I think it would be remembered. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I think Michael Riley says Brittany's gotten bitten by the fame bug. I mean, I think she always wanted to do that. You know what I mean? Sarah says, see, without you, Sarah, I'd have no clue about Jeff's hemorrhoids. Jeff's got hemorrhoids. Anyways, really? Candace says it's been nice with no Dr. Donna, in my opinion. Not everyone's Dr. Donna fan. I, for one, do not think that she did anything wrong. I do not think her intent was to embarrass Jeff. I think she said it off camera, and I think she is the one taking a little breather from him. But I don't know. I think she also knows how much publicity she gets from being on his show. And I think she probably misses him. I think she really does care. They really do care about each other. Candace says, I hope Dr. Donna and Justin both decline, have self-respect, and not engage in his power punishment. Somebody did remind me that Justin was going on tour till the end of April, and that's when they were going to take this little breather. So we'll see if he comes back or not, but I don't know. Yeah, that's what people told me that was at ChumpCon. Jen Helen says, I thought Dr. Donna was on the list. Surprised she's coming back. Exactly. Like, why would she? It was kind of weird. Well, I thought she said he was putting her up in a hotel. Sherry says, I think Brittany's just staying a second night because of Cooking Kibitz. But it's tonight. So I get staying tonight. Like, you fly in today, do Cooking Kibitz tonight, stay at Doug's. Tomorrow do Jeff Lewis Live, and then you fly home to Oklahoma. Like, she's got little kids, right? Little girls, 2 or 3 little girls. Forget how many kids she has. Anyways. Well, if you were listening as a replay, we still want to know what you think. Tell us in comments what you think about Gage and Jeff, who you think's going to win, if you think they'll go to court, if you think they'll figure this out on their own, outside of the courtroom maybe. I feel like Jeff is going to go 1,000% forward. I think he said somewhat recently he's done what's called like mediation. He's done with that. So I do think he'll go forward and put as much money as he needs. So anyways, thank you for joining live. It is so much fun. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're following me along. If you're over on TikTok, I know I don't get to see your comments, so stay on for a little bit longer, and I will answer a few questions if you have any. There's almost 30,000 of y'all tap the screen. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you're over on YouTube and you want to join me on TikTok, it's Sarah from Texas Podcast. I'll be on there for a few minutes as I do the post-production on my podcast. See you later. Bye, Chumpettes.